Welcome back to the podcast. Jeff Sauer here, and I'm going solo today, and I'm going to share with you something that I think is pretty cool, which is an automation that took something that took me 30 minutes a day down to 5, and then from 5 down to 1 second. Honestly, it takes me 1 second now to do it. I'm going to show you that 1 second right now as we go forward, and we're going to do it. So this is all happening through an automation with N8N and some of your favorite social media tools, your favorite communication tool, Slack, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So let's go ahead and do it right now. Okay, so here I am in my company's Slack, and I type in the word tool, and what ends up happening is I type in the word tool, and then I drop a tool in there. I just discovered Higgsfield.ai, so I'm going to make that my tool of the day. Hit enter, and it kicks off an automation for me in Slack. So it's going to go here. It creates a tray in our ClickUp to keep track of the fact that I documented this tool. So you can see Higgsfield.ai, that automatically happened. Then what it does is it goes into our spreadsheet. And if I go all the way down to the bottom, it's going to say, yep, we've figured out, well, it might not be ready yet. It takes sometimes 30 seconds, sometimes a little bit longer for that. So let's just go see. And it takes a while because it has to do some stuff. So we're not quite there yet, but it goes and it I'll just show you what it looks like. Okay, so it goes and it creates that ClickUp tray, which we have, and then it lets us know that it's working on it. And then it goes and searches the internet for this information. It gathers content about the tool by scraping it from the Higgsfield's website. It goes and generates a post. This is the content using Claude's AI model. It generates the content that we want to put into our post, which is this format right here, as you can see. We have some pretty comprehensive prompts in here to generate that post. I had been doing this long enough that it was pretty straightforward as to what we wanted to have in here, but you can see pretty sizable prompt in place for this. And it generates an image. This is using OpenAI's model. This is something that I had perfected over time as well, to the point where it got to be really good. It ends up putting that image on the internet. Then it converts it for us, or it generates a prompt, then it generates an image, converts that to a PNG format we can use, puts it into our drive. Then it finds a profile of LinkedIn for Higgsfield. So we have that handy. It updates our sheet and it says, are you ready to go with this one? So soon this will be coming in. This usually takes somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes. And you can see it has, this is one that we've already done. It has the image in place. So you can see the image on our drive. It's the tool of the day image right there. And then it has a ClickUp tray, and there's a status of ready for review. Then you can see my Higgsfield just came through. So we haven't even been recording very long. And Higgsfield, we know their LinkedIn company page. So tool of the day, Higgsfield. Why it's useful: Higgsfield turns your rough sketches into cinematic quality videos in seconds, giving agencies Hollywood-level production capabilities without a budget or timeline. 3 standard features: transform simple sketches. So this is the format we fed it in there so that it's always going to be consistent. Transform sketches into professional videos with AI. 70 dynamic presets, consistent character creation. That's always nice. And client needs product demo, blah, 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 blah. Drop this in the chat for your comments. And then you put this in there and then it goes, I think this looks good enough. So I'm going to say approve for posting. And then it's going to go through and do the second half, which is it's going to go and every day of the week, it's going to say, is there anything that's approved for posting in here? Let's just make sure we do one of those. Then you got to get the file. And then we got to post that onto Instagram and to Facebook. So using Facebook API, we're going to post it to my personal Facebook. We're going to put it to my Instagram account. And then we're going to put it into Circle as a post on our Circle community. And then we're going to put it onto LinkedIn as well. And so LinkedIn, it's going to be a post there as well. So this used to take me 30 minutes to go and take the image, wait for OpenAI to create the image, all that stuff. I have to regenerate the image because it wasn't consistent. And now it's being done in a matter of seconds, as you just saw, just by doing this all automatically. And here's an example of what it looks like. So here's a tool we put in there, tool day, edit by the script. And here's the different information there. All this stuff is in there. And this was posted 4 hours ago, even though it was probably a couple weeks ago that I added this tool to the queue. Now it's all there and it's working very well. So it's doing everything we want it to do. And this is all through automation. Now, I think it actually looks like a lot. Like some of these times I say, this doesn't look like much, but look at how powerful it is. This is a lot. This is a lot of intellectual capital. We had to run this process manually. I posted maybe 3 months of tool of the day posts every single day to get to this point. And then we created the middle part, which is to just generate the text. That was, from 30 minutes down to 5 minutes here. We have a queue to approve things. And then I was still taking this and posting it in manually. I was taking the text that was generated and pasting it into each of the different platforms. But now I'm getting this posted to 4 different social networks automatically, with no effort whatsoever. And it's going out there and I'm feeding the content that I wanted to feed. And so if you have something that, from the simple interface of typing in a tool, I have content and it takes me less than 30 seconds to go in and read that and approve it. You can see I have a bunch of stuff in the queue, so I can start working ahead. Things are getting posted very frequently, and so we are in good shape. And so that's basically how we used N8N to automate something that was taking time. And so from 30 minutes a day, or a couple hours to batch it for the week, we're doing it in passive. It's passive, never have to think about it again, and it's all working as we go forward. And so that is the power of automation. Hopefully you all think that's interesting. If you want to see how we evolve the prompts and how we've evolved this process, go ahead and check out our channel. We had a previous video where I showed you how we got from 30 minutes down to 5, and this is the final step in that process. So I don't have to worry about this anymore. All I need to do is keep on discovering and finding cool tools, and this will do the rest. And so, like I said, this is going to be a very short episode of the podcast, but hopefully you can see the tip and you can see what's working here. If you're interested in learning more about things like N8N or automation in general, or how we're doing this stuff, the prompts, anything at all, let me know in the comments, and would love it if you can continue to take a look at what we're doing here and what we're building over at MeasureU and check it out. And I can't wait to see you on our next episode.